Hey, what is up guys, Marty here, back to do another video, and today I'm going to showcase another strategy that I have conjured up. Now, is this strategy going to be meta? Maybe not, probably not, but it's still awesome nonetheless, and I think there's several variations to it. And like the last video, I don't have much time to really go over this because it's already beginning. You can see I'm building a secret shrine earlier. What is this, Leaf? You're going for a secret shrine? What is this, shadow teams? Kind of, yes and no. I'm building a shadow team from my barracks, and I'm upgrading, or well, I should be upgrading, the cybernetic legs upgrade. Now, I haven't done this a ton of times, so there is room for improvement when it comes to the execution. But the idea of this is the shadow team scouts in advance can kill the rifleman squads, and then I build 2 saboteurs and an enlightened squad. The saboteurs I can use with the enlightened to capture my opponent's MCV. So if my opponent hasn't got any scouts, I can run the enlightened and the 2 saboteurs into my opponent's base, EMP the MCV, and then the saboteurs can take it over. If by some chance my opponent sees this, I have a fallback option, and that is to go for the tied room spikes. Now, because this map has 2 spikes per player, I can just take my opponent's spikes over. And thanks to a recent fix in R21, I don't have to worry about my saboteurs being shot through the spike geometry. That has been fixed now. It will no longer occur. So in this case, my opponent did see the rush. He sees the cybernetic legs. It's clearly obvious that I have the cybernetic legs. Shadow teams are going to be great for killing those riflemen scouts, and plus, if my opponent has set up a foxhole, guess what? Those shadow teams can use their C4 and not destroy the foxhole, but leave it one shot away from being destroyed. The enlightened can finish it off. So there's a demonstration of the spike fix in action. That engineer was able to capture it from behind that garrisonable structure. And now you can see more synergy happening here. I've got the enlightened squad, which was able to intercept the APC. That APC could not capture my spike, could not intercept the saboteur. That will go down. I still retain the shadow team, the enlightened, and the 2 awakened squads. I went also for a refinery after a refinery. That has sort of become the meta game nowadays when you're doing some crazy early game opening. The same is true for disintegrator squads. If you build refinery after refinery, we found that you can recover easier with this. 3 and 2 for me, and instead of expanding, I need to prevent my opponent from taking back these spikes. Sure, I have an enlightened squad and a shadow team. That will only briefly stop my opponent, because he will make a pitbull and several APCs loaded with engineers, and those will take back the spikes. So I'm going to build a second war factory to spam bike buggy to secure those spikes for a longer period of time. And a feature added in R21 is cyborg repair. Now, it's not a quick repair, but cyborgs can go next to a war factory and receive repairs. It's not instantaneous, but it will allow them to get healed up and sent back to the front line at full health. With some awakened and a shadow team just safeguarding this spike while I get some bike buggy to kill this APC. Now, these are Kane buggies which do have stealth detection. Stealth detection radius on those is a little bit low. It's kind of weird. The Black Hand buggy has 400 stealth detection range, and for some reason the Kane one has 200 stealth detection range. Not sure what EA was going for there, but I decided not to change it. It's kind of helpful for Kane having some stealth detection on their raider buggies. If you intend to spam infantry with them, you can kill sniper teams. So I'm going for these bike buggies, 2 war factories still. I still retain the spikes, but one of them was recaptured. Now, because I do have the cybernetic legs upgrade, I can build a couple saboteurs and send them across the map. They are so fast. They're almost as fast as the raider buggies. APCs can't keep up with them. The only unit that can really kill those saboteurs is the hammerhead. So I've got the opportunity here to build one and capture the spike back. See an NPC there. I'm not sure if I caught it. I think I did. I'm going to rally my forces there, split the bikes off to kill the harvester. We can see that harvester was already there before because it has the blue texture on it. Now there is a small visual bug in R21 since I fixed the spotlight issue and the stealth detection visual bugs and the shields flickering, and that is that the Raider Buggy stealth detection spotlight does not disappear. It's the only unit, curiously enough, that has this problem, with the Black Hand and Mock Buggy being the only units affected. Pitbull Seekers, rigs, base defenses, everything like that do not have problems, only the Raider Buggy. So I presume it has something to do with the model. I will investigate because that is kind of weird. It's probably very easy to fix, but yeah, that will be fixed in the next update, probably after April, because I am going to be busy in real life. I don't want to commit to doing patches for 2 months or 3 months. But I will be playing games, and I think the game's in an awesome state right now. Now, this bike buggy is securing my map presence. I'm going to be able to prevent my opponent from taking that blue Tiburon. So I maintain the spikes, and I'm preventing the blue Tiburon from easily being captured. The longer this game goes, the more advantage I'm going to have with these 4 tip spikes. This is income that my opponent is not getting, that I'm getting. That's 40 credits per second. That's a lot of resources. That's 2,400 credits per minute, which is the equivalent of 2 full enlightened squads, which I'm building right now. I'm building tons of those. I want to conceal this transition though, so I'm going to put down the disruption towers, which, by the way, for Mark Kane only cost $500. They're discounted for mock. Nod pay way more, $1,000. So that's one other reason to play Mount Decay. And I'm going for the very unusual choice of these. This is not what you would expect to see as a transition option. Usually it's going to be avatars and a redeemer, but I felt, hey, let's go for enlightened because my opponent's going heavy into this tier 1 spam. And if I can lock those pitbulls and APCs down with the enlightened, I can make quick work of them. Especially with the Voice of Kane statue to increase the fire rate by 50% and the armor by 25%. Hammerhead's also not going to be a threat with that many buggies out for me. I don't need stealth tanks, I don't need tip core, I just need Raider buggies. And those have a ton of rocket armor on them, which is going to be great against the pitbulls. There's more pitbulls and there's more hammerheads. I'm just going to wait and get this supercharged particle beam upgrade. I am on tier 3 and the only reason I built it was precisely for that upgrade for my enlightened squad. So I'm going to spam them. I've got 15 squads now, or soon to be 15 squads. Engineer. Looks like my opponent was shooting the ground, so luckily I was able to capture that spike back. Thing I could have done better here was micromanage my harvesters, build maybe 1-2 more harvesters. My eco could have been better. I could have snowballed better in this game, but yeah, here is an engagement here. I've got enlightened, I have Raider buggies. And look at these EMPs, supercharged particle beams coming down. There's so many APCs, there's hammerheads out here as well. But what good are APCs when they're EMP'd? The answer is they aren't good at all. And the fight has dramatically changed to my favor because I am the one that can shoot. My opponent, he can't do anything about this. He's placing down these watchtowers, but those can also be EMP'd. And the key to this working out is micro. I have to continuously click on my awakened squads and utilize the ones that have not yet used their EMP. More watchtowers being built, but even though they're upgraded with AP ammo, he just can't get the critical mass of them out to deal with this infantry force. The hammerheads are here, but they, like before, could not do anything because of the Raider buggies. More watchtowers, but those are just not achieving a whole lot. And now with the MCV impede, no more of them can be built, and that is going to be GG. And you may be asking here, what could he have done differently? And the answer to that is you should have built some sniper teams and put them in the APCs. I think that is the way to go against enlightened spam. But because I concealed that transition so well, I prevented my opponent from seeing it. He saw it, but it was just way too late. And by that time, I had so many, and I moved across the map and was able to inflict devastating damage. That big engagement, I lost maybe 2 or 3 enlightened squads and killed the whole army. Yeah, that's a very unorthodox mock style. I think that strategy has more potential variants that could work, but it works best on maps like Highlands. I'm going to do some more research on it nonetheless, and I'll probably get back to you with more games of this type. Anyways, if you enjoyed this game, guys, and you want to see more games like this, then don't forget to hit the like button. I'd really appreciate that. And before I leave, once again, I'd like to give a big thank you to my Patreon supporters for keeping me motivated to support this game and do all this for you guys. So yeah, this is me, Master Leaf. Peace out.